It's kind of weird talking to yourself. I'm still getting used to it. Recently, I've been giving square ground chain more of a shot. It cuts a lot quicker. It gets dull quicker too, but it cuts. Doing it on a production level and doing tree work, and you want to be cutting as fast as you can. I followed the Guilty of Treason videos with Inbred Jed, as well as Buckin's videos and some other videos out there on Square File. I did get the recommended Guilty of Treason file, the Square File. I think it's PFERD or something like that. I know Buckin does the velour. I'm gonna probably get those eventually and try those out, but right now I'm doing the PFRED, beveled on both ends. I'll show you more in the garage. It does take some time to get used to, as anything does if it's worth doing. I don't really consider myself a teacher or anything like that. I'm just spreading the information that works for me. This book has helped me so much. You can see I've got it all marked and everything. Here's the page with the chisel chain. Bad, bad, good. We want to be like this picture here. We're going to try to achieve this with the Square File in the garage. But first I'm going to make a coffee because it's been a long day. For the sentimental loggers. Cheers. Not bad. I think we'll have a Humboldt today. You see that? I think that's what we're looking for. So I bought a 12 pack of these files. I'm pretty pumped up because this file right here is a game changer. I don't know how to say the name. I'll give you guys a look at it. Here's your kind of profile-y deal on it. This is the PFERD 325 Square File that was on the Guilty of Treason Inbred Jed video. I've been watching Buckin do it as well. I'm trying to marry it all together. I think I just had a breakthrough here. It's really cool when you've been trying something for a while and it's not working out, and then something pops and it's like, oh, I got something there. I'm onto something. So I just wouldn't record stuff like this, but it may be helpful to someone who's trying to do the same thing as me. I don't know. This Square File, I mean, I cut with a Square File that I filed yesterday, and it's so much faster and better than out of the box that you get, as well as round file. Showed you the images in Jerry Baronic's book of what I'm trying to get. I think I'm pretty close here. I'll show you. Let me take you out of here. So here's what we got on the Square. I mean, are we onto something here? Is that a cutter? Is that something that is, you know, going to the prom? I think she's going to the prom. Let me get a little bit of air in here and see if that doesn't help it some. I mean, that'll cut. I'm going to do the next one and try to walk through what I'm doing on here. Now, here, from my understanding, this line on the top is your chisel line. And when you put it in, you can see this tooth. I don't know if you can see it's been hit. So when you put it in, you kind of want to match the angle here, and with your pull with this hand and kind of push down into the tooth and establish your chisel. There we go. It's hard to tell on the angle. I had a hard time getting the angle. I mean, and that's got it. So I'll just do another one here. We'll keep going down the line. I always like to do one side of the chain first. I did get a little bit of air handy. Kind of like the dentist, you know, just checking things out, making sure that we're in the corner, and we are. So I'll go to the next one and kind of talk about it some more. So get your angle, kind of push in and do it, guide it back. So my pressure is this bevel here, kind of going to the side plate as this top crease is finding the chisel, if that makes sense. Too low on that one. Too low, gotta bring it up. So that's too high. I think that's perfect. I mean, that's freaking sweet. Find our angle of the top tooth, kind of similar to this back angle here, and the chisel angle, and kind of pushing in at the same time as we're pulling. Is that the magic number? Too low. Just changing the angle just a little bit here. Ever so slightly more down. That's right on. That one there is. This cutter, I mean, wow. It's almost like I got a Symington. Okay, but this is totally, see, this is still different from what you're getting from the factory, okay? From the factory, this is an out-of-the-box chain. From the factory, this is what you get. I mean, and there's hardly any crease in there that you can tell. I mean, on that one, there's a slight one. Not even really. And all, so like here, it's just different. It's different. I hit that metal in that first ash yesterday. Just finding the angle. There's pressure down into this side plate, and I think that's what I was missing before. And staying on the same angle is a big thing too. And that probably comes with time doing it. Okay, I feel good about that. I'll bring you around. I mean, is that a little low? That may be a little low, but this is way better than I was getting. Okay, so I just hit it with a few more passes of the file. That's looking a little bit more in the corner. I'm gonna take some air and clear it out so you guys can see. I think that's in the corner. I mean, and I think that's not gonna have any problem cutting. There's one. We did that one. And that one. Oh, there we go. There's another one. I just accidentally scraped myself. This thing is sharp. This is gonna cut. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. Wow. These teeth feel like razors. Wow. I mean, that's a big difference from round file, and also a big difference from the factory. You can't see the corner as much in the factory because I just showed it to you, and you should be able to see the difference that I see. I bet this thing's gonna rip. So that's introduction to square filing, I think. I think that's kind of what you want from what I've seen. Let me see if I can find a raker gauge here real quick. Here's the raker gauge I'm using. It's the West Coast Saw 3/8 pitch. I think, I don't know if I misread the instructions or I'm not doing something right, but it does seem kind of hungry when I'm using it. I'm not a good reader, so it's probably the user's fault on this one, but I do notice that my saw is a bit hungry. Let me see if I can find a flat file here. Okay. I use the highest setting too, which is, I believe the farthest one back. So this is your highest setting here. And I'm not going hard on the rakers when I file. I mean, not going hard on the raker gauge when I file, just grazing the top barely. This is a chisel chain that I had to take down a bit because it got hit with a rock, so it's not normally this tall on the rakers. I think this is the 5/0 depth. I'll have to get out the card. All right. There's what we're working with. This thing looks mean. So I'm really interested to see how this thing cuts. I'll post that in the next video. I just don't have time to go cut tonight. I'm gonna end the video there. I'll cut with it and I'll let you guys know how it does. I'm pretty excited.